see, we're streaming now. Get the chat up. Hi, baby. You in there? Okay, that works. Let's go to... I have no idea where I'm even going to. Let's go to my page. Let's see. No, that's not what I want. Copy. Do. Okay. Right post. Ding dang. Paste. Change the date. It's today? Today's the 24th. Did I put the wrong date up? I might have titled this wrong. I don't know. I may have titled this wrong. I can't remember. But whatever. I'll deal with it later. Copy. Post. Share. Right post. Sorry for the noise if anybody's watching right now. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. I have some people cutting back the shrubs in front of my house. So you're hearing that power tools right outside the window. I was trying to let it pass, but it's not going to. So hopefully while I'm posting to groups, they'll finish this section of shrubs and then we'll have some quiet so you guys can actually hear the forecast this morning. So please bear with me. My name is Dan. This is Engelgeist. Thank you for tuning into my channel. I am here to do your energetic forecast for October 24th, Thursday. And I am basically like, the way I like to look at it, I call myself the spiritual meteorologist, right? I'm here to look at the energy of the day for a collective perspective, right? So for those of us as a group, what do we think we're going to be dealing with? What do we think we want to be focused on? What's going to best suit us and help us to best get through today? What's going to be the uplifting message for our highest good? And I try and do that every day. I get up, I connect with my angels, I ask them to come in, I ask them to share with me so that I can share with you whatever it is I feel that you guys might benefit from or need to know to have a better day, to reach your highest good. Not that you need my help to do that, it's just I like to be of service and be a help and see what's going on. Good morning, Kristen Raffello. How are you? And there's also some country music playing in the background, so you guys are getting the full Texas experience, not only power tools, but country music. So it's kind of hot around here. I'm a little bit schmelzing. There's two young men out in my front yard cleaning some shit up for me. And I'm just saying, it feels kind of like Texas around here. But that's okay. I'm in for new experiences. Twangy music and sweaty boys. I'm down, right? You know, you only live once, why not? So, I'm sharing out to groups right now. If any of you that are watching want to share out, please feel free to do so. I would greatly appreciate it. Just only share to places where you know it would be appreciated and utilized. I don't want you pissing anybody off. We're not here to upset, we're here to inspire thought. Gotta love the full Texas experience. Exactly. You and I are gonna have it. We're gonna not only have the full Texas, we're gonna have the medieval times experience, girl. We're gonna go back in time. So it's gonna be exciting. Oh, he's like right outside the window with the hedge trimmer, like up behind the bushes, like next to the glass. He's like right out there. Thank God I have a top on. So stupid. Oh my gosh. Anyways, they're cute, these guys. And the Texas experience, don't get me wrong, Texas is not a bad place. There's some things about it I don't relate to, but There's a lot of really cool things about Texas too that are just very Texan, where you're like, what the fuck? That's so different than how I was raised. So it's a learning experience always. I'm definitely outside of my bubble by living here, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I think I get exposed to something new, my bubble gets bigger, my awareness becomes bigger, and also I believe that the people that I interact with here in Texas that maybe wouldn't otherwise meet a person like me who's very liberal, very gay, very whatever, um, they get to experience something different and maybe change their opinions about things or see things in a different mindset. So that's my hope, or that's how I try and look at it positively. You can either be in resistance to something, or you can try and, sort of understand that really kind of everything happens for a reason, even if it's not what you thought. Like, did I think I'd be living in Texas? No. Um, Now that I'm here, do I think I could be enjoying living here? Maybe. I mean, I'm doing it so far. I live far. The thing is I live far outside of Dallas, so I don't get like much city life, which I think that's some of it. I don't miss city life in any way. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling on because I'm trying to share to groups. But I don't miss city life. I like how quiet and peaceful it is out here. But every once in a while, when you want to do something or you want to like have some fun, go out and meet people, it's kind of hard to do that here because it is sort of an older crowd, kind of retired, very quiet. Let's just say that. I don't know if I shared them maybe twice, but we'll see. Some of these groups are naming the exact same thing, so it's hard to tell if you've shared to them or not. A few more and then I'm ready to go. Just give me one more minute. Sorry guys, I gotta find an easier way. Jackie says she has an easier way of me to do this. I hope that noise isn't too loud. He's like right outside the window. I was hoping, but they started on this side of the house. I was hoping that they were going to take longer on the other side, but they didn't. So they're just moving along, doing their things. I don't even know if Enlightened Empaths, Empowering Empaths is sharing this post, but I'm hoping so. If any of you are members of the group Empowering Empaths, could you tell me if my share shows up in that group? I could be sharing to that group and it's not even making it up there. And they're not even, I might be bugging them. Empaths can be sensitive. I know I am one. So, I think they would have said something to me by now if it was really bothering them. But if it's going in the garbage, it could be one less attempt to post, which would take less time. Okay, now I'm all shared out to everybody and everything. Good morning, Karen. How are you? Ducky said you weren't feeling well. Good morning, Rose. Good morning, Anne. Good morning, Kristen. Um, yeah, so good morning, you guys. Happy 24th. Um, this month is just like slipping away. Hey, Amanda, how are you? Good morning, good morning. I've got a lot of YouTubers on, not very many Facebookers, it looks like. Hey, Quanisha Brown, good morning. Okay, so, do we want to start with our breathing exercises? Are we ready? I'm sorry I'm so late, guys. I woke up late today too. I think it's this colder weather. As we go into like fall and deeper into winter, I get into hibernate mode and my bed is warm. Those dogs are warm and they're lazy. Good morning, Quanisha. They are lazy and snoring and it's dark in my bedroom and it's just like cave-like and I'm just like, so if it wasn't for these guys showing up to trim everything back before the winter, I would be probably still sleeping. I hate to say it. I didn't even stay up that late last night, I don't think. I don't know. Anyways, that charming was long. Like it kind of wiped me out. I think that's why I can't even remember what time I went to bed. The charming was like 3 hours long. It's like way too long for charming. But it was fun nonetheless. If you guys missed the video, you can certainly go check it out. I think I got a little bit grumpy dad towards the end and sort of poo-pooed on the party, but I was tired and I hadn't eaten. I realized that too. I don't necessarily like to eat before I read. Like right now, I'm having my coffee and I've had a banana, and that's it. I try and like to keep it light on the tummy so that I'm not super, super grounded, so I can kind of raise my energy in here. Um, but I will go eat after this. Trust me, I will eat like a mofo. All right, so let's do our breath work. We take 3 breaths in, deep in through the nose, into the belly, um, and release out of the mouth. We're going to hold it. We're going to emanate that light. Y'all know the drill. If you don't know the drill, I'll explain it as we walk through it. So join me in shutting your eyes and listening to the peaceful sounds of the hedge trimmer. And uh, just bring your attention to your body, to your present moment, where you're at right now in this very moment, knowing that you're safe in this moment, in this body, okay? So let's take in that first breath and hold it. Emanate that light from the heart chakra if you'd like. Let it just spread out where it needs to go. And release. Thanking the body, being grateful for your body, saying hello to your body. Let's take in the second breath. Holding it and emanating that light. And at this point, if we want to picture our chakras in a straight line, not only straight up and down, but also in a straight line front to back, if that makes sense, so that they're equal distance in the front of our body from the back of our body, like straight down the middle of our body. We can do that and line them up. And release that breath. Saying thank you to the mind, allowing it to say hello to the body and the body to say hello back, allowing them to sort of sync up and just have appreciation for one another. And let's take in a third breath, deep into the belly. Continue to just ease those chakras into place, emanate that light, hold that breath. Feel that feeling for a moment and release. Saying thank you to the spirit or the soul, allowing it to say hello to the mind and the body, being in gratitude for all 3 components, seeing them all sort of work together. Right now, my personal way of seeing that is I see a triangle in front of my mind's eye right here, and it's got the spirit at top, the mind and the body at the 2 bottom corners of the triangle, all 3 sort of balancing and working together. And it's funny because the triangle was sort of, you can switch the triangle is how I'm seeing it. So you can put the body at the top and the mind and the spirit can hold the body. Or you switch the triangle again and the spirit is at top and the mind and the body are below. Or you can switch it again and the mind goes up top and the spirit and the body go below and support each other. So it's like an equidistant triangle. Does that make sense? That's what I'm seeing. So you can picture your own sort of visual that helps to affirm that your body, your mind, and your spirit are working in conjunction with one another and in harmony with one another, and just wanting for that, putting your attention and your intention on that as an idea even, will start to bring those 3 things together and align them, okay? That's powerful, powerful magic. So when you're ready, let's take another breath and let it go. Ooh, open up. That's something new. Hi, Triangle. Okay, welcome to the 24th of October, man. It's Thursday. Thursday. All right, let me ask Spirit for a card. Let's see what Spirit wants us to know. Good morning, Christina Avalos. Good morning, Jamie. So, the kitty, Amanda, thank you for asking. The kitty is still at the vet. He is observing both of them. I sent both of them because they both have diarrhea. I heard from the vet yesterday. I love how we have cat report in the morning. I heard from the vet yesterday that I think I told you guys that feline leukemia and HIV, feline HIV, have been ruled out. So that's a relief. But they're still having weird stools, even with the medicine and all of that sort of stuff. And the doctor's kind of, he says it's a little bit of an improvement because Sven didn't have go to the bathroom this morning, yesterday morning when he called me, but that he still doesn't know what's going on with them. So he's trying to stabilize them. He's given them a better gastrointestinal diet, but he says it's not. It's weird. It's like he seemed a little bit stumped, and so he's holding on to them for a few more days to sort out this stuff through medication to see if he can calm down their GI tract and get them to a place where they're going to the bathroom normally. I don't know what's going on with these cats. So the fact that the doctor is sort of taking care of it is allowing me to not worry, and I'm just sort of waiting patiently to hear, because that's the best I can do. If I get into worry, I think that's not going to help the cat's GI tract. So thank you for asking, and just hope that this doctor will figure this out for them would be the most ideal help that they could use right now. So Spirit, what do we need to know today as a collective for those of us that are tuning in today, right now, and those that may tune in at any point in time in the future? What is the card that best suits the highest good of this group? Interesting. This is a new card to us. I might have to look this shit up. Alright, let me see here. Give me one moment. Let me switch cameras. Hold on one second. Okay. So, the Grimoire. I don't even know how to say this. Grimoire? And I think that this is like a book of secrets. That's what my intuition is telling me. I'm not exactly sure what a grimoire is. Somebody, Ducky, can you look that up, please, girl? I think it's like a book of secrets. I think it's a book of knowledge. That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm going with this. That's what my intuition is telling me. This is a book of our own personal magical knowledge. And I know that that might sound a little fairy dust and unicorns, but hey, I could use some fairy dust and unicorns on a Thursday, so I'm going to go with it. To me, this feels like the collected. Okay, well, weird. This, what I'm hearing right now is this is the spiritual collection of what this card represents today is this spiritual collection of information from not only this life, but also other lives, guys. I'm hearing that we each have this sort of book, similar to like the Akashic Record, right? Although the Akashic Records, if you don't know what those are, I can certainly tell you later, or you can look them up, Google them. But the Akashic Records is a place that you can go to sort of in meditation, not even sort of, you can go there in meditation and sort of access information from past lives. This book to me feels like this is that access. This feels like this is the culmination or the experiences of this life being stored in this book, sort of metaphorically. Does that make sense? This feels like going to a place of knowledge, awareness, but personal awareness, knowledge that is specific to us and our lifetime, and maybe even lifetimes before this lifetime, but having it sort of like written in our DNA. Wow, this is really kind of, to me, this might sound a little fruity to you guys this morning, but I think it's this lining up of these chakras and the balancing of the pyramid and the, I don't know. Mary Lyman's Charming was a little bit different too last night, I have to say. So the information here to me is this is about us accessing that information, storing that information, being honoring that information, right? Being aware that we have that information, bringing this forward within us. If we don't necessarily believe or are aware that we how do I want to say this? If we don't necessarily know that we have this information within us, I feel like this card is saying to me, I want you to be aware that this is within you today, that you have this sort of knowledge, this secret. It's not even, well, yeah, it is secret knowledge, but it's like, it's secret in the sense that it's individual to you and your experience, to your spirit. It's what you bring in a very authentic and individual way through not only the way your mind works, but the way your body is designed and the way that your spirit sort of operates in the world. And all of that is intrinsic and important to who you are. And there's tons of knowledge in there. There's tons of um, a spell. Okay, so Jackie just put up a book of magic spells and invocations. And that would make sense because this is the witch's deck. But to me, I feel like this is your personal, this is representing for the collective, as each one of you has your own book of sort of magical information. Doesn't necessarily have to be spells, doesn't have to be invocations, but it's a book where I feel like this is the knowledge that you've collected over not only this lifetime, but maybe other lifetimes. This is within you, this is accessible to you, the book is open to you today. Okay? You know, they say, and I don't know how much I believe this, but they say that the veil is thinnest in the month of October because of Halloween. And to me, the reason why I'm saying that is I feel like this card is saying to me that the veil is thin today for our own personal information, for our own personal knowledge, for our own personal magic, for our own personal spell work, for our own intrinsic intuitive guidance. And we can access that today by focusing on this part of ourselves. The grimoire, I hope I'm saying that right, that is within us. Okay? It's similar to like going to, say, the Akashic Records and asking for part of something that maybe you've lost, an aspect of yourself that you've lost or you've lost touch with. Well, this is sort of saying that there's parts of you that you can access today and bring forward today that will be based in knowledge, will be based in magic, will be based in spiritual sort of connection, and it will be quite powerful. Is sort of the gist that I'm getting to the from this, and I mean like powerful on a personal level, right? Because to me, this is like when I think of a grimoire, it being a spell book, it's like we record in here sort of what works for us, what our knowledge is personally to us, right? And so that's what I want you guys to think of this card as. And also, what is pulling my attention, I know not all of you, like Anne and some of you weren't at last night's Charming. There was a card in the group read at the end called the Mirror Guardian. This feels like some of that card, where she was saying take time and reflect. I feel like this card is asking us to go open our book of knowledge, open the secrets within us and look at them and understand the value that they have, the power that they have, the awareness that they have, even the bad experiences. Like those things have given us information, those things have given us strength, those things have given us awareness that are in this sort of spell book of our lives, right? And so when we use that sort of, this might be that mirror guardian energy that we saw in last night's read for the group, is that to me this is like going in there and finding the answers within ourselves because we've had them there all the time. Now we had that cartwheel energy happening in the midweek, which would be now. This is part of that cartwheel. This is part of like building that awareness, building that stability, that belief in oneself, and that awareness of one's own personal knowledge so that you can move that cartwheel in a direction that feels appropriate, right, deserving, whatever the right word is for you. I feel like this card is telling you that today is the day to look inside, know how knowledgeable you are, find the answers within yourself, and move forward with that cartwheel into the rest of the weekend, right? Doing it from a basis of your own personal knowledge, not what other people say, not what other people think, not what, it's like it's within you, okay? Now I'm going to ask for another card from the Strange Girls Affirmation deck. I hope that makes sense, guys. I think it does. If it doesn't, then check your grimoire. Let me see here. What else does Spirit have to say to us? Hey, Jennifer Kelly, good morning. And this, I really get the feeling that this is not just about this lifetime. Like, I don't know why my readings are getting a little bit, like, off the timelines a little bit. I feel like Mary Lyman's reading was a little bit different to her Charming last night. This feels like this is not only the knowledge that we have from the experiences we've experienced in this lifetime, but in this side of this grimoire that's within us, there is knowledge from previous lifetimes. There's awareness that we have that we don't understand, we just sort of know. It's like, having an experience, picking something up and just automatically knowing how it works or how it operates, and just having a familiarity with it, even though maybe we've never done it before. It's like sort of like that knowledge from a past life that just kind of slips forward, and we're like, oh, this feels familiar, I can do this, right? That's the energy of this card to me today. So utilize that, tap that information, tap that sort of personal intuition, that personal awareness, that personal knowledge, and let it come forward and sort of guide you today, if that makes sense. Wow. Okay. And I'm talking about guidance, and this is the card that comes out. You are not lost, you're simply exploring the unknown path. So, I think for those of you that might feel like you don't have the information, these cards are definitely telling me that you do. You might be doing something that's different or new for you, but I feel like if you feel like the path is unknown or a little bit scary right now, the decision is a little bit sort of like, uh-oh, what do I do? Um, and I don't mean that in a very bad way. I just feel like if you're questioning maybe your own judgment or your own ability, do not, is what the grimoire is saying. The grimoire is saying, and this ties back to the cartwheel from Sunday's reading. The cartwheel is similar, like it was giving me very much Wheel of Fortune vibes, right? Where we could roll it forward or we could roll it back. And I believe I said that in the forecast. What this is telling me is that if we trust our information and we trust what's inside of us and authentically our own intuitive or our own, even our own intellectual information from this life and maybe from other, just instinctual knowledge that we have within us, not necessarily needing to know where it comes from, but it may be from past lives. You are going to find that you are not lost and you are just simply on a new path where you're adding information and awareness into this already powerful database that you have within you. So allow this database or this book, I'm calling it a database. Don't look in his ears, please. Sorry, guys. I'm calling this a database because I'm trying to be hip with the trends of the 2000s or whatever friggin' decade we're in. But allow this database to be your guide. Allow this book of knowledge, this book of secrets, this book of authentically you to be your guide into the unknown path. Because as you're traveling the unknown path, although it may feel like a little bit spooky, or not spooky, unknown is a good word, or a little bit new and different, it's all okay because it's adding to this already extensive um, uh, bank of knowledge, right? So we can move forward today into situations that might feel a little bit unknown or uncomfortable, but we can move forward in a place of self-assuredness because we're actually adding to our information, and the information that we have, what I'm hearing with this card is that the information that we have is completely valid, completely good, and available, like strong enough that we can handle whatever it is we may be dealing with that feels unknown to us, okay? So if there's those of you that feel like you're in situations that you don't want to be dealing with, or situations that might feel like, oh shit, what do I do? You have that information. Tap into your deeper self, tap into the trust in yourself and the belief in yourself, and open up that wealth of knowledge that is within you. Okay? And remember that if you don't feel like you have the exact answer, if you use your intuition and follow that, you have enough of a basis or a foundation of knowledge from both this life and other lives that you can move forward along these new experiences and actually navigate them very successfully, is what I'm hearing or feeling, right? We just have to sort of take that step, take that first step, and trust in ourselves. Okay, let me get the grounding stone and see what the grounding stone wants us to know. So the grounding stone is just a stone that we want to ground in for the day. I need a different velvet bag. Okay. So the grounding stone this morning is joy. So I think whatever we're doing today, find joy in everything. No, it's not going to stand up, I don't think. Find joy in everything that we do today. Try and keep your vibration high. Joy is a very high vibrating energy. The element of joy, like when you look to the natural world and Native American beliefs, the bringer of joy, or the animal that's attributed to the sort of medicine of joy, is hummingbird, which is a very fast moving animal that has like a lot of energy that can move in many different directions all at once, right? We can turn on a dime, we keep it light, we keep it joyful, we keep it moving quickly, we trust ourselves, we trust our knowledge, we know that if something feels unknown or scary, we're not lost, we're not out of our element, we actually have all of the information we need within us, and any information that we may be lacking, we're actually learning and bringing in, right? So we can take heart in that fact and stay in a place of joy, vibrate at a high vibration today, and be at peace with the day, and know that we are sort of knowledgeable, aware, and exploring new paths. That's the excitement. That's the fun of life. That's sort of why maybe we came here to be in a body and have this experience, right? And allow that to bring that joy about. And when you operate from that place of joy, it's sort of like this book fills, I feel like this book will fill up even faster. You'll be able to trust this book even more and access it even easier and go further back into the pages, and you'll be able to go further along the path in a faster direction, um, as fast as feels comfortable to you. Does that make sense? And that's that cartwheel energy, I feel like, that we looked at on Sunday, that was midweek. We can get this cartwheel moving right over into the weekend, bringing us forward in our lives, in our feelings with ourselves, in our self esteem, whatever it is that we're working on, we can move that forward if we choose to. And we can also choose to do that at any pace, guys. So you don't like, if you need time, or if you're healing and you need to go slower, go slower. Give yourself that time. But try and find the joy today, right? Even if you're moving slow and needing that time, give that time to yourself. That's totally acceptable and appropriate. If that's what feels that way to you, trust that knowledge within you, right? That's what this is saying. It's like that authentic knowledge that is within, intrinsic within you. You don't have to speed through everything or rush through everything if you're feeling a little sensitive or a little bit, you know, however, and I'm saying this maybe for just a few specific ones that are out there, it may not be all of you, but there's some of you that I feel like you may not want the cartwheel to move super fast into the weekend. You may not be ready to, like, hit the ground running and move forward. There might be some things that you're looking at, or transmuting, really processing through. But allow yourself to do that. Give yourself that time. Trust your awareness around the need for doing that at the pace that you need to, and be joyful that you have that awareness, right? And you can do this. That's definitely the message that I have for everybody today, is that this can be done. Good morning, Lori. How are you? So, um, that is your, oh my God, that is brought back. Oh, Lori Hill's singing the joy deep down in my heart. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I see what's going on here. So, yeah, so that's your forecast for today. I'm going to switch cameras, guys. That's your forecast for today. Sorry I was a little bit late, but, and, thank you for bearing with me. Please enjoy your day. Access your own, depth of information and authenticity today, and do it from a place of joy. And know that if anything feels like, a little bit, I don't know, spooky or unknown, just be in excitement and joy for it, because it's just only adding to that sort of magical spell book that lives within us, which is our own personal knowledge. And that can be physical knowledge, mental knowledge, spiritual knowledge. All of those different aspects of ourselves are always gaining, sort of awareness and knowledge in every moment, right? It's just how far away are we from the present moment to be in realization of that? How's that for a thought? Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave you guys now. Thank you to everybody that attended the Charming last night. There will be a Charming tomorrow night at 7:30. I will be on tomorrow for the forecast, hopefully a little bit on time, more on time. I don't even know what on time is anymore. It might be a little bit later in the mornings because of the winter coming. I just sort of feel it. I'm just sort of hibernation down. Um, Let me hear it for my chunkies. Those of you that don't know what a chunky is, you have to go back and watch The Charming last night because you'll find out who are who is part of Club Chunky. Oh my gosh. Please like, share, comment, subscribe for anybody that might be watching that might be new. Um, Anything beyond that, I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you all. My phone is ringing. I've got to go. Take care. Bye bye. Have a great day.